Today is day 3 of Overflow, and our theme is the cracked cup. It may or may not surprise you that up until this devotional series, I had never used this cup before for anything. Typically, it lives its life on a shelf in my china cabinet, and I don't even know what kind of life it's had before sitting on my shelf. I brought this cup to camp as I began working on this retreat and devotional series. And I've been staring at it a lot over the last few weeks. I keep trying to figure out why I chose this cup. Normally, it sits quietly on a shelf. Most of the time, I forget I even have it. It goes unused because I'm absolutely terrified of breaking it. It's special since it's been passed down in my family for 4 generations, but it's not like I don't have a ton of others like it. I literally have a cabinet full. So why not take out at least one and use it? I've been scared to use this cup because I know that it's fragile and easy to break. The perfectionist in me does not want to see something so beautiful and sentimental get broken. The longer I look at it, the more I recognize how much I have morphed into a version of this cup this year. As the pandemic began, I felt incredibly fragile. And as the year went on, so much was happening around us at once that I feared I would break. And guess what? I did. Multiple times over the course of the past few months. The pandemic only highlighted the cracks that were present in our world, and I found so much of the past few months to be overwhelming. Injustice, anxiety, isolation, and more have only compounded the fractures in our lives and our nation. While the state of the world and our nation may still seem uncertain, never forget that we are all cracked and trying our best to make it through each day. Our cracks are the very reason we need and are called to give grace. As the weeks have gone by, I recognize how much I've needed this cup this year. I've needed beauty in my life while surrounded by a world that is so broken. And I need to know that my cup is resilient and can maintain its beauty and purpose even if it gets scratched. As I look at it, it makes me reflect upon the life of my great-grandmother. A beautiful, strong woman, the daughter of Swedish immigrants. She made a life for herself in the U.S. amidst a world war and caring for 2 young children as a single working mom in the 1950s. She was incredibly resourceful, practical, and would never not use something just because it was chipped. I'm sure at some points in her life, she would have felt cracked, or others may have even seen her as cracked or chipped. Yet she was the pinnacle of perseverance. Her cracks would never have stopped her from providing a good life for her kids or from doing God's work in the world. As you look at your cup today, do you see any cracks in it? How would you feel if it was cracked or chipped? How have you learned to accept or even love the cracks in your own life? Friends, your scuffs, your scratches and cracks, they're all beautiful. Their character, their resilience and perseverance. They show purpose and a willingness to let God use you to serve the world. Never be afraid to use your cup or even let it crack a little. Amen.